Hi everyone. All right, awesome. Tokyo Gotcha Girls, I'm gonna go ahead and be inviting you up to speak. Cujo, I already invited you, and if we could get Drizz in here, so give me a few minutes and we'll get everything started here. Okay, let's check to see what we got for requests. Okay, so Tokyo Gotcha Girls, is that you, Drizz, or is that somebody else? Send up a heart if it's you, send up anything else if it's not. Okay, there you go. You're on there under that account. I'm gonna send you the co-host role. We got knights and peasants in here as well. Hello, knights and peasants. Also, knights and peasants. I think that I sent you everything for Nier. Um, let me know if you need more. I also don't know if you were ever connected to Fedora. Let me know if that has not happened. And I've also recently picked up some connections for Algorand. So, yeah. But today is about Tokyo Gotcha Girls. Tokyo Gotcha Girls, if you want to come up on stage, are you on your computer? Because if you're on your computer, that's why you cannot speak, sir. We're going to go ahead and let everybody up here. Yeah, somebody to talk to while Drizz fixes things on his end. There we go. Hey, Drizz, how's it going? Yes, now we can hear you perfectly. Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know you couldn't do it on the computer.
There we go. Hey, Drizz, how's it going? Oh, we got echo
Uh,
here too, so make sure to have anything else that you have on there.
yeah, I just turned it off.
Sure. So, by the way, I need to know because I was going to change the title. Are you guys still building on Harmony? Or are you going to build like an MVP on Harmony and then go somewhere else? Or are you guys doing multi-chain from the beginning? What's kind of the plan there?
So yeah, we're planning on starting out on the Avalanche. We started developing when we were on, or initially thinking about Harmony, but so much has happened since then, and Avalanche kind of seems like the best place for us now with the gamify narrative they're pushing, and I think we could be one of the top new projects there.
That's right. I remember that. All right. So, great. That's Avalanche GameFi scene. Then it's going to be the kind of vibe there. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm also going to invite in my DMs. I'm going to invite a couple of GameFi people from Avalanche. And side note, if you guys in the audience are trying to support um, Tokyo Gotcha Girls, remember that we are all marketing. Like the whole fucking community is marketing. Um, so make sure to support the project that you've chosen to rep on your PFP. Otherwise, that PFP is never going to be worth a fucking thing. Just a friendly reminder. Um, All right. So, and boobs.gif, especially boobs.gif. Drizz, are you familiar with boobs? I mean, not are you familiar with boobs in general? Are you familiar with boobs.gif?
Yeah, they just won a whitelist from us earlier, actually. Um,
Awesome.
but yeah, they're actually part of our PDE guild.
Nice. Okay, so that's the other question that I had for you. I know that you actually gave me permission to give away some whitelists today. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna do some giveaways today. Um,
Awesome. So everyone just so you're aware, this is kind of a chill space. Everyone's welcome up. Everyone's welcome to come up. But I just wanted to let you know that there are whitelists being given away today as well. Um, Now, one thing, what is y'all's mint price? Are y'all doing like a paid mint? Or are y'all going to take part in the Avalanche free mint meta right now?
no, we're going, traditional, I guess, with a paid mint. We're targeting around $100 mint price. We're going for 5,000 NFT collection, and we're not just doing profile pictures. This is a full gamified project. When you're minting a Gacha girl, this is going to be basically your entry to our world, and it's going to be like kind of your player character in the game world, and that's how you're going to passively earn ARC tokens initially. That's going to be our game world token. It's kind of be yeah, just pretty much a one token economy. We'll have like some game tokens and things, but we're trying not to have any sub tokens. Just keep it clean. We just have one main token for the game, and yeah, that'll basically be like essentially the bootstrapping of the coming RPG game is going to be, when you mint these girls, you're buying into our world, and then you're going to be able to play a RPG dungeon crawler with them.
RPG Dungeon Crawler. Okay, so RPG Dungeon Crawler. Who do you have building that?
So we have our team is all kind of homegrown from our guild that we formed. Hey, like, what do you do? Do you program? Like, because I might need you. So I just been kind of picking up people along the way, and just kind of building this team organically. And we just have a lot of different talents coming in. So, I don't have any like notable people that I can tell you that you're going to be like, oh, I know this guy. But it's just, these are people that have been programming, building games, working for companies, just not in Web3, and I've kind of brought them together to help us build this game.
Awesome, awesome. Also, we have Beaks here. Hi, Beaks. Um, Beaks, you're going multi-chain as well, right? You're not just sticking to Harmony forever. Is that correct? Um, I'm pretty sure. Side note: everyone is actually welcome up on stage today. Just keep that in mind. You can always request. And excuse me for any loopiness or anything. I still am on kind of the situation that I have been with my back and pain meds. So pardon me in advance if I'm a little bit fucking insane. Um,
That's just how it goes
that's
sometimes.
just that's just how it is. So you said that you wanted to build a wider GameFi world. Is it that you're going to do like an MVP with the dungeon crawler and then expand to other things other than the dungeon crawler, or are you just focusing on the dungeon crawler for right now?
Um, so I guess I should step back and give like a little more of an intro of like how we're gonna essentially roll into the roadmap of things. So yeah, the dungeon crawler RPG is what we're building towards as like this is our big first portion of the play to earn, um, where you're actually going to be going into these dungeons having turn based like kind of Final Fantasy combat. Um, but we're going to start off with kind of I guess what you would call an MVP basically of our initial launch would be like these gotcha girls come out, you mint them. um, by holding them, they will automatically emit our token, our game token arc, and the girls are going to have like different levels, stats, and these different abilities that will affect the gameplay later on. And you can level up her stats, which will give you the ability to get more emissions immediately. So, if you were just joining, the game just comes out, you get your Gotcha girl, you could pump her up and get a really high emissions early on. And then you're just kind of like um, kind of like a visual novel, a Japanese visual novel. If you ever played that type of game, but um, that'll be how the view of the Defy world is on the web page, and that's kind of where you're going to do like your staking, your typical Defy activities. And then later on, we're going to lead into different kind of mini games in that world, and then different arcade games. The first one being this RPG dungeon crawler. But one of the cool things is that we're already planning. Let's say there's another project out there that wants to do something with us, and they want to have maybe some of their characters like represented in our dungeon crawler. Like we can add them to our gacha machines and have like special skins for their games. So we're trying to already kind of think of like a metaverse concept of like working with other projects and having them come into our world and give value to other tokens as well as our own, and just kind of have like a true metaverse in a sense in our arcade, by adding these different games. That's kind of longer term vision, but that's like my goal.
So say if Knights and Peasants, which has like an established NFT, you say that Knights and Peasants wanted to integrate into your game, and you're like, oh, I want the knights to be able to fight with with excuse me, with the Gotcha girls.
Yeah, I mean that's
How would you approach that? Sorry, give me a second. How would you approach that? Basically, is the question.
so so I let me answer that with actually um a different explanation, because I just had pitched something to Mr. Fawn the other night, and I think that you guys would find this amusing. So, I've been in talk with Mr. Fawn for a little bit about trying to do something with them, and we're trying to work something out. And the thing I pitched him the other night was basically that we would have a gotcha machine in our arcade. So, and there's going to be different ways that you can change your girl's outfits. So, like after we launch the NFT, she's going to get minted with a certain outfit, certain traits. But we're going to have it so that you can, pull these gotcha machines, get different cosmetic items. Some of them might be cosmetic only. Some might actually affect the game. So that would be an easy way that we could bring in other IPs. So, I told them we could have a DFK themed gotcha machine. So if you took look at our like Tokyo street clothes style, imagine I had my artist do that, but the logos are jewel and like everything's like a little DFK theme, but it still looks like high fashion. And like so you could mint those, outfits, use them on your girls, and maybe we could somehow work benefits into DFK where we could just really do a lot of different things with that. So that's kind of one of the ways we would do that.
Okay, so you're saying that instead of integrating the actual NFTs from whatever other projects, that you'd more so be integrating branding from other projects, be integrating the look of other projects within the clothes, the style, the accessories, the weapons, whatever of the girls that are in your collection.
Right, and because we're going to have different, I call them gotcha machines, but I kind of picture in the like a mobile game how you would roll and there's just certain things in that banner. So we would have one like just a DFK one, and if we wanted, we could let them mint and jewel, and that just gives them even more utility. So that would be like a way that we can integrate just in a cosmetic sense or equipment sense, just to get some branding. But if they did want to go in like a larger way to bring NFTs into our battle system, that definitely would be, a pretty big undertaking, but something we could definitely look into. And that's something that we do want to try, actually.
Awesome. Are you familiar with 10KTF on the Ethereum?
I'm not.
So 10KTF is a really high end um, Ethereum NFT and game. I wouldn't really even call it a GameFi project yet. I'd call it like a fashion style project. That's very mysterious, but like all of the items in it have like a huge amount of value behind them. And the reason why is you like take whatever it is, whatever your NFT is. So they have like 11 different parent projects for NFTs, and then they allow you to print like, um, let's say that you had like an Oni Force or like a Pudgy Penguin or something, and you would take that and then basically print your NFT on those items as like a cosmetic layer. I don't really want to pin a tweet or anything about it, but I would invite people to just like look up the 10KTF like, um, I guess, OpenSea page, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You can kind of see that there's a lot of like socks and day packs and things like that that are done after them. So you're wanting to do something kind of similar. And as a matter of fact, I'd recommend that you look it up real quick, Drizz. I'll send you a link. Man, all of
Yeah,
my
definitely. Sounds
devices
pretty
are
cool.
about to die. All of them. Um, 10 KTF, 22,000 items, and a floor price of like point 0.4, which is fucking insane.
Wow.
I'm actually trying to get in with them for San, which San is anime themed as well. So San, in theory, could integrate with some sort of branding with Gacha Girls in the future. Um, I would
Yeah, I think
never.
that would be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how their stuff works exactly. I just started looking into it, but I mean, I wonder if they could do something where they would have like kind of a radio station where you could like pick maybe certain tracks that you want to be on it, and like that could be the background music for a game or something. You know, just throwing that out there.
Exactly, and we've actually talked quite a bit about having our radio, our streaming solution, actually tied in with other decentralized applications. Um, and actually, honestly, we've actually talked about our streaming solution being used for a restaurant, like a live, like a real restaurant, instead of like Mood Media or uh, the other solutions that they have out there. Um, I think that would be really cool too, because that would kind of allow, because you can set up your playlist to be an NFT. So if you found like an NFT that the staff controlled, for example, they can actually set that music for their restaurant. So you could do the same with like Gotcha Girls, where Gotcha Girls could own a an NFT from Son, and then use that to tie the music tastes to, and then be able to use that. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of other deeper integration than I can imagine. Just looking at kind of the people in the room right here, which we have some interesting people in here. Corval, for example, is from the same one of the same companies that I am, which is Byte Masons. And if they wanted to use Oath to allow Cursed Clowns or Cursed Circus NFTs in there, that would be possible. But even though it's on a different network, I've seen a lot of stuff with relay and like cross chain communications at this point, where like some stuff. Um, there's always different things that you can do, especially whenever you've got the 0x address that's the same on all these damn chains. There's no reason that you couldn't just read a collection on ETH in the contract and then actually do all of the transactions for the GameFi layer on like DFK chain or um, some other subnet or C chain itself or anything else really. So the sky's kind of the limit. Um, I would once again I would remind everyone, if you want to ask a question, you can either send the question to me here on Twitter. I'll be making sure to check my spam folder here, or you can just request the mic and come on up. So with that, I'll ask you again, Drizz. Um, are there any projects? We've talked a lot about the possibilities for projects, but are there any projects that you're already planning on working with moving forward collaboratively?
Um, yeah, so right now we're not focused on. Can you guys still hear me? I feel like my mic's not working.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're great.
Um,
Everyone send
right
up
now
a
we're
heart
just
if you can hear Drizz.
um, but yeah, we're pretty much trying to just focus on our our gameplay, getting our staking, all that, minimal MVP stuff. We're getting all that pretty much set up for the end of the month, next month. So, we're hoping to have by September all that MVP launch will be out, our mint will be out, and we'll have our token going and the token emissions. Um, but right now, we're not planning any collabs yet. We just want to get at least our base RPG game out before we start doing collabs with other people. But we would be open to doing like cosmetic collabs because we are going to have a mini game actually come out before the RPG game. And it's going to be, if you've ever played Pokemon and they have that little side game, the fashion or the beauty contests and like the fashion show type thing where they like compete to be like cuter and stuff like that. We're doing kind of like a mini game like that where you're going to be able to dress up your Gacha girl in different outfits and compete in these competitions. And that's going to be one of the first ways that you'll actively earn ARC token, just besides owning them and getting the emissions from it. So that would be probably the first place that we would look to start doing collabs. Like maybe we make some knights and peasant themed armor
Mm-hmm.
that you could mint in our game and use in the fashion show. And, there would be a bonus to nights during night month. We could just get crazy, whatever
Yeah,
people want to do.
I think that'd be awesome. I'm gonna bust your balls though for a second, if that's all right. And I know
Okay.
that you always know this is gonna happen, right? You said earlier, you said play to earn, and then whenever you were talking about the mechanics of the token distribution, you said that holders of the NFTs would receive tokens. So really, that's not a play to earn, is it?
Emissions, making sure that our play to earn pool is going to have enough funds in it to properly reward players. So we actually came up with a dual system where we're going to have the girls are kind of similar to Knights and Peasants, very heavily inspired. I'm a big fan. Your initial part of the game is going to be buying the girls and getting tokens out of them. That's the main way the token's going to be distributed. 69.420% of our pool is dedicated to play to earn and Gacha Girl emissions, but we will split that later on. And that is a real number, by the way, worked into the tokenomics by our boy Mettez. But yeah, I could probably have him explain that better, actually. Is Mettez in here? He should be in here. Anyway, seems like Flu is AFK for a minute, so I'll just keep rambling. Or did anyone have a question for me?
Sorry, not AFK, buddy. I was literally setting up a group chat for a certain NFT project and GameFi project that we all know and love, with a network that we also all know and love because it's been shilled relentlessly by every person leaving Harmony for the last month. Um. Anyway, uh, so I get what you're saying with the whole, like, not like it's being built into the tokenomics. When I guess I guess the question that I would say is, what methods are you going to be taking to incentivize people to play the game rather than just like buying up a bunch of assets and then sitting on them, as I'm probably going to do?
Um, that's a good question. I mean, uh, we set it up so that, I think that you can't expect everyone to kind of play your project or, invest in your project the way that you want them to. So, some people will want to just buy some girls. Maybe they're going to max them out so they get good emissions and just sit on them for a while. And one of the first things that we will be launching with is a bank feature. Um, it'll have a X multiplier, which you're familiar with, but what you're not familiar with typically is that we're incentivizing the bank directly um, from the tokenomics. So this will be part of the initial reason of like, okay, why do we not just start dumping? Well, we have to immediately introduce some utilities, right? So the girls come out, you're getting your emissions. So you can hold bank, which is going to be incentivized directly from the tokenomics. So it's going to be getting a feed similar to a your LP type of farm, but we're not having LP farms. Um, and you'll also be receiving a can explain a little more for you.
Hey, awesome. I hope you guys can hear me a bit better. My mobile mic typically isn't that great, but I love the question about the play to earn aspect because I think that's a really important thing that we try to get right. And as Drizz explained, we actually really work the tokenomics around achieving a true play to earn system, or at least get as close as possible to it. Because I won't share too much, but we have a very specific vision on how play to earn should look like eventually, and we'll do our best to get as close as possible. One of the few things we can maybe already share is that we don't have any way of using LPs or using token sales or whatever. If you want to get access to the token that you will need to actually play the game and to upgrade your NFTs to be better in this game, you will need to initially just own a gacha girl. And you should level this gacha girl using the same mechanics that will play into the actual game aspects later down development. And by using smart leveling strategies, you will be able to optimize your emissions from the gacha girls. So, as you said, initially, we will be spreading out our game token through passive emissions. However, as soon as the white paper is finalized, you'll see that there's a rather complex formula behind it that actually shows that over time, as more people have received passive gacha girl emissions, so the token is more spread out, you'll see that most of the emissions that will be given will actually be shifting slowly, automatically, because that's the way the system is set up, towards active participation in our gameplay. So even though you need to own an NFT to passively earn ARC in the beginning, you will always earn some ARC in a passive way by owning a gacha girl. But over time, you will need to actually use your gacha girl and use potential other NFTs in our gameplay to keep on earning optimal emissions. You can't remain a passive staker for the entire run of the project.
That go out a couple years and take into account, let's just assume that we're doing 20% of the people are upgrading, etc. And we run a lot of models like this, and I think that after about a year, in a very conservative estimate, when we would just start to see the emissions actually slide, and instead of having that hard drop off where you have all of a sudden you're emitting, and now this pool is empty and there's no more emissions. We have it planned so that if the pool is depleting to a certain amount, it will then adjust the emissions slowly down. So instead of having that LP harsh drop off, it's actually creating like a soft sloped landing that it just makes it much softer. Did I explain that properly, Mettez?
Absolutely. And what's even more interesting, and I will be putting out some of our internal projections as soon as we have actual NFT holders for a few weeks, so we can use their numbers to input into the models, get them even more accurate. The emissions that you will be getting as soon as the active gameplay is launched. So there's this double whammy of getting people involved into strategizing specific aspects, such as should I level my current holdings? Should I try and obtain another gacha girl? Is that more optimal? And I won't talk what the best strategy is in here, but I'm very curious to see what the people actually participating in our ecosystem very early on will be choosing as their strategies.
Awesome. Well, that certainly sounds like you've put more thought into your tokenomics model than Harmony has put into their recovery model. So, congratulations on that.
I can say that's probably accurate.
Very, very well played. Also, we have a few people in the audience that are actually already using the Gacha Girls as PFPs, and what I would say is that we will, I will give out 5 whitelists right now, split on Wheel of Names for everyone who has a Gacha Girl as a PFP, and sends out a tweet that says, "I'm a dirty fucking weeb." No, weeb. No, I'm not gonna make you do that. But I will say that if you have your PFP as a Gacha Girl, you're entered. Let's go ahead, Drizz. If you could please pin a tweet with a couple of different girls. I would very much appreciate it. That way, that can make it easier for the people in the audience to play along at home.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I will also say that I'm okay. So the people in the audience that are looking at this, and I know Knights and Peasants. We were just talking. Um, there are some projects that are going over to that one network. For everyone listening at home, that would be fucking Fendora. There are some projects that are going over there and that are very excited about working with specific Harmony Core team members. So like, um, they're excited about doing marketing still with people like Daniel Pagan, with people like Peter Bila. It's something that is not going to happen right away, but it's something that is going to take time. Also, Sticky is in the audience. Sticky is a creator, I believe, in the Avalanche ecosystem. Sticky, would you like to come up and take the mic by any chance? And that's just an open offer. Also, I don't see anyone changing their PFPs to the things, so I will either not give out the whitelist, or we can do it a different way.
I did it. I did it.
You did it?
Can you see it? I got
Dude, you sacrificed your own face for a Gacha Girl?
I sacrificed the greatest profile pic of all time for a Gacha Girl.
Bro, that is...
Dude, that is pretty solid.
Dude, if you... I don't know. I would say... Alright, so here's my suggestion to you, Drizz. if Hype TV keeps his picture as a Gacha girl for an entire week, you don't give him a free mint white list. You give him a free fucking mint. You just pay for his mint.
And
I mean,
you guys realize I will be tweeting and making content about this crazy if you make me do stuff.
Yeah. It's
I'm
very
totally
true.
down. I mean, first off, I thought that was Ryan Gosling at first, and it was actually just this guy's picture. I
It
mean,
is
that's
actually. I am actually Ryan Gosling. I'm cosplaying as Doug Hype.
Yeah.
wow. That
It goes deep, man. Like there's layers to this shit. Absolutely.
I'm here to cause as much trouble in Web3 and make as many friends as possible. Like, just ask Harmony Villain over there. We're having a good time.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of Harmony Villain. It's a funny story because I actually, when I started PDE a while ago, and we were kind of like started off like a little alpha server, and he had posted some links in our channel, and I know he's also part of MTOP, and he posted some, and just one of them, and it just happened to be like he was like, do your own research, but like here's a thing, and I forget what it was, but it was some coin that like immediately rugged after people bought it after like 5 minutes, and I was just like, this guy's a fucking scammer, and I banned him from the server for a little bit, and then like he messaged me and he's like, dude, I'm really not a scammer, and like um, he isn't. But it was just it was a pretty funny thing though because he's actually like the anti-scammer, so that is just pretty funny.
That's good. Then my whole new thing is I'm going to tell everybody I'm a rug and I'm really actually like a gotcha girl in real life. And I have all kinds of things.
We should go with that. I mean, actually, I was talking to my friend Bolon from DFK, which I'm sure everyone knows here.
I know Bolon.
You know, I'm working out something. I don't want to spoil it. We're working on a little stream thing, and it's going to be silly, and it's going to involve Bolon being silly. So, something to look forward to. I can't go into details, but look for that.
Yeah, and if you guys have any cool content that you want me to put as my PFP or just to cause mass trouble and attention in a good positive way by being transparent and authentic, then let's do it. And I really like being challenged. Flu, I like throwing down the gauntlet and challenge me to have it for a week because now I feel like I got to do it.
Well, I feel like a lot of people change PFPs to like do contests or whatever. And like I'm running a shit ton for Son. I've got like one tweet that has like 500 likes and retweets, right? And you see like people do this for like a specific thing, but then they change it back immediately. They just do it long enough for the one thing. Also, I see Shara Jr. in the crowd. They have Ants Validator over on Fendora. If anyone's on Fendora, like to shout them out. I don't know why I'm doing this because like I just started my own Fendora validator that's not quite live yet, but I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest brick in the wall. If you take my meaning, anyway.
No.
But yeah, check them out. They're pretty cool. They're a good person. They do a lot. I just realized that I was not following them on Twitter, which is absolutely stupid. Also, if you guys changed your PFP, I see Mettez, but he doesn't really count because I know he already has whitelist, right?
Oh yeah, he's on our core team, so
Yeah, well, yeah, he has very much the whitelist.
yeah.
Are you guys all in San, by the way? Have you guys joined that?
I don't know what that is.
Oh. Did everyone hear that? Did everyone hear that sort of thing of like, oh
I'm
shit, I don't know how to tell him this, bro. I don't know how to tell him this. Yeah, man. Join San, dude. What the fuck is the
Oh,
matter with you?
oh, San. I thought you said something else. Okay. Oh yeah, I joined San the other night. It looks
Okay,
bang. Oh yeah.
cool. We're actually about to be moving everyone up to member roles and then reopening the Discord to everyone. So I hope that everyone in the audience is ready to shill the shit out of that. Secret and like Alpha, if you join the Discord right now, it's actually like as soon as you react to the first thing, you actually have full member access. So if you want to get ahead of the crowd there, it could be worth it. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah, and
think
just
Cujo is Cujo part of your core team.
Cujo is one of our mods. He's on the staff, but he's helping us out.
So he'd have whitelist as well. What about
Yes,
CB561?
that is also one of my mods.
Boobs.gif.
Boobs needs one.
All right. Boobs definitely gets one. Definitely.
I mean, their name is Boobs, you know? I mean, they get it.
And if Boobs keeps his PFP for a week, he gets to contact you and be like, hey, I kept it for a week. Give me free mint? Or is that only good for Mr. Doug Hype up here?
You know, we could work out some deals. I mean, you know, Mr. Hype
Ooh,
is pretty
deals.
special, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Hype is special. I'd say that maybe Boobs would get a discount off of Mint, like maybe like a 10%, 25% discount off Mint or some shit like that.
Well, you know, actually, let me explain how our whitelist works because I
Oh,
don't think you know.
that'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, so our whitelist actually is really cool, and we built game things into the mint already. So when you get this whitelist, you know, it shows actually an image of this animated gacha machine, and about a week or so before the mint, we can have them reveal, and it's actually going to reveal the orb that you're getting from the gacha, and that is actually your whitelist, not what you're holding right now. It'll transform into the gacha ball, and it's going to have a different rarity, which is determined on the reveal. So there's no way you can know what it is right now, but there's 4 different rarities. So let's say that you reveal and you get our highest rarity orb. You would then, on your 5th mint, so if you mint 5 times, all 5 of the mints are 10% off. Then on your 5th mint, you are guaranteed a rarity minimum of what the orb is revealed at. So, you know, you would automatically mint a max rarity girl if you have our highest orb, or if you say you got our 3rd highest orb, it would be 3rd or higher tier minimum, so that you guarantee get a high rarity girl, which is really cool because that translates directly into an emissions boost because it's going to come with a higher cosmic level, which is one of the stats all the girls have. And so higher rarity girls come with a higher cosmic level already. You can upgrade this on all girls, no matter what rarity you roll initially. So even if you get a common tier, you can upgrade her to max and she'll will perform the same, but you will have a way easier, faster, and cheaper way of doing that if you start with a higher rarity. So big alpha there.
Absolutely awesome. You know, one thing that I would say, and this isn't really a comment on your project, but it's a comment on like all projects right now, is that we've had to make these GameFi mints so fucking complicated. Like, anyone in the audience, can you throw up a heart if you think that like GameFi mints have reached a point where it's like self fillating in terms of complexity and like just random bullshit.
This is the best mint idea there has been in existence. I'm sorry. I mean, like everyone I tell to, they're just like, this is fucking amazing.
I mean, like, no, I'm not gonna say it's not good. It's very good. But the thing is that like, holy shit, man, we've had to make the mint process part of the sales pitch, right? We've had to like we've had to do this in a way where it's like, oh guys, we can build, and we're like a real dev team. At this point, almost, if you don't have a complicated ass mint process, your dev's probably a piece of shit, right? Because he's just forking exactly what everyone else is using, has no idea what he's doing, and it's like a red flag you need to run.
It is true. I mean, you know, as a new dev, especially, I felt uh, that, you know, we have to bring something new to the game. And I don't think that anyone has done a whitelist quite like this before, but I definitely agree. It can get a little crazy. I mean, ours is not that complicated. It's maybe a little complicated to explain, but in execution is quite simple. But, you know, just not to, you know, shit on anyone, but I would say probably the most complex one that I had been through myself is the moon robots, and that was just like wild. Like it was like you needed a glossary to like keep up with which things did what. Pretty wild. But I did actually. A lot of people got into that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So another question that I wanted to ask is, you guys are repping a very weeb centric, like, kind of embarrassing for some people to be like, oh no, that's my shit, I'm into this, right? Like, you guys are repping this scene. Have you ever considered not doing Avalanche and instead doing something like Fandora, where it's actually private, like, so that I can get into the game all I want without having to be like, oh yeah, I'm a massive fucking weeb, and my actual real life wife is ashamed of me? Like, is there any thought to that, like, or using ZK tech in order to, like, kind of anonymize purchases and holding and stuff?
I mean, I have to say that my view is probably different than most people, but I feel that, it's not something you should be ashamed of. I mean, everyone has their hobbies that they're into. Maybe you're into like model trains or something, and it's like a little weird, but you know what? You like it. I mean, I don't think it's that weird. This is like authentic me living this life. I can show you pictures of my room, and there's half naked anime girls on the wall, and my mom comes here. It's just, if you come here, that's what you're getting into. But I feel like people are ready for this. And it's 2022. Anime's popping. I mean, we actually have Japanese support already, and some guys on our channel I've been chatting with, they're talking in Japanese in there, getting me real hype. But yeah,
Have you
I think
have you spoken to Lucian or Hikaru or any of the other major Japanese influencers?
no. I mean, we're really early in our marketing right now. I mean, we've been reaching out to mostly Avalanche projects and to get into the family here. But breaking into the Japanese market is definitely something we're trying to do right now. So if you had any leads on that, definitely let me know.
Yeah,
Definitely not
no,
me.
I'm as they say, big in Japan. No, I attained a really weird level of fame one time in, like, the Japanese NFT scene, because of a time in the early days of DFK where, like, there were very, very few influencers, very, very few people that were into DFK, and so I, like, used my Twitter account at the time, which was like 4,000 followers or 3,000 followers, um, to be able to retrieve a stolen, not really a stolen, but that issue where people would accidentally list their Gen Zeros instead of listing them for rent. They'd list them for sale. Um, I was able to retrieve one of those, and for a Japanese user, and, like, it was like a really humbling experience, because, like, they dude, I've never seen a culture that is so appreciative. I was added to a bunch of, like, private Japanese Discord groups where I could not understand anything that was being said, but anytime that I said anything, it would be voted up, like, and reacted to like 100 times. It was the craziest experience of my life, and it's really interesting, the amount of loyalty that they show to people who they appreciate. Sorry, Mettez,
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead.
Hey, Flu, sorry for interrupting. I'm just also tracking the Discord a bit, our own Discord, and I'm seeing that some people have changed their profile pics, or they're mentioning that they changed their profile pics. But apparently, the profile pic doesn't change in the Twitter Spaces immediately, probably because the Spaces doesn't refresh the profile pics after they've been changed. Just an FYI.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's what you should do, if that's the case, man. Honestly, um, take a screenshot, submit it to Tokyo Gacha Girl's main account, which is where Drizz is. It's the one on stage here. Take a screenshot, and then you know he'll give me a list of names to draw from. Shit, I can't speak.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and and just to touch on what you were saying about the Japanese culture, it really is like that. I've been to Japan. My main job actually, I deal with anime things and uh, Japanese people all the time. So this is just an extension of what I do in my real life, and I'm just kind of bringing it to Web3. This is not like I thought, oh, anime is popular, I'm gonna try that. Like, no, this is me, like authentic
Right.
me, this is like, this is what it is. But yeah, I mean, when you change your profile picture, or like you said, how that Japanese guy was like really appreciative to you. I had dealt with a smaller project. I minted their stuff, and I just messaged him on Twitter, and I was like, hey, just like, I love your art, whatever. And he was so nice. He invited me to Discord, a similar thing, and that's just really, it does make someone's day though when you're a creator and someone tells you your work is really cool. I mean, just the already love I've been getting from people joining Discord, like saying that they love our artwork and stuff. It's just really, it's really personal to me. So it's great to feel that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So anyone who's changed your profile picture, please submit it to that account. Um, Also, Megalodon, I noticed that you came up here on stage. Megalodon has shifted his profile picture from a Lambo to a Gacha girl. So that's pretty big. That's big if true. Megalodon, what's up, man? How you doing?
No, good. Kind of liberating. Quite nice. No, I just popped up to say what Mettez said, but we're on the Discord spamming it now. So
Awesome. If you'd like to ask any questions to Drizz, I would suggest that. I would welcome it.
I kind of know a bit about you from the Egoverse. You had a link up with them, so but I
Yeah.
haven't got the whitelist yet.
Okay. Did you win one of the spots in the Egoverse?
No, not yet. I haven't got any of those.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't got many questions. I missed the first bit, but if you want to rerun how to do the whitelist, that'd be handy, and how much it is.
Oh yeah. So so if you join our server, our Discord server, if you do win a white list, we already have like a little channel you could submit and just send your screenshot through there. We're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways through Flu here, but yeah, just to recap how our waitlist works, pretty cool. So roughly about $100 mint. It's going to give you 10% off on 5 mints, up to 5 mints when you use the whitelist, and your fifth mint will be a guaranteed rarity based on the reveal of the orb. So, about a week before, you'll find out what your whitelist is actually for. So, people might be sitting on a high rarity and not even know it already. So yeah, did anyone have any other questions?
I have so many questions.
Okay.
So many questions. Okay. First of all, I mean, the second Flu challenged me to a contest, and then I have like a game full of like hentai geisha girls. I'm just saying yes. I don't even really know like if I'm gonna like this game yet. So I have a lot of questions about that because other Web3 games, like even DeFi Kingdoms and stuff, I would try to start it and I would just kind of get flustered and confused, and then there would be really nothing fun to do other than just like sending your stuff to liquidity pools or something, right? And a lot of promises of things. So my question is, what is there to be really excited about? Is the game flow going to be fun and exciting and addictive? I can play games on my phone all day. Do I have to carry my laptop with me everywhere I go so that I can make sure that my geisha girl is getting the proper cosmic level? Because I also need to, for myself, get to the proper cosmic level. Like what? So Tokyo girls, I don't know what. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. What is your current cosmic level? Like what plane of existence are you on? And what should I be reaching for? That's my first question.
Well, that is a good question. So you're definitely going to be trying. I would say I am on cosmic level 10, which is the maximum, and you can only achieve this by devoting your life to 2D women. If you have 3D women that you might put as your wallpaper on your phone, you can't qualify. I'm sorry. 2D only, and this qualifies as 3D art does not count. This has to be 2D. But yeah, I mean, once you have like some hentai maybe pillow covers and stuff on your bed, you could submit those pictures to me and we could go over the application process for Cosmic level 10. So, we could work you up there, definitely.
That's super cool. So like that's important for me to know, because then if we're going to be friends, I need to know what cosmic level that we are on, and or anybody else. Like Harmony Villain's back and his cosmic level is probably very similar to mine, because we're both like leading double lives as like 70s pimps. So just FYI. And
Yeah.
so the game though itself, when I like, let's say hypothetically that I'm really excited and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna keep my profile pic as this beautiful 2D girl for a while, and then you'll be like, Doug, you should mint this, and I'll be like, cool. What is my experience gonna be during the minting process and then starting up that game? Because I want to be excited and have that momentum of like actually doing stuff, participating in something, being able to pick up whatever it is, my phone or laptop that I use to play the game. Like I want to be able to interact and do things and not be, I want to be like, I'm like Flu said he's just going to like buy some stuff and sit on it. I'm like wondering if I could also do the opposite of that if possible.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, you could be even early on, when there's not going to be technically the RPG game yet, but there will still be game things to do. And, the people who spend time sitting there and optimizing the way that they level, the way that they play the market, will be getting more out of it for sure. So, just to give you an example, all Gacha girls will have a elemental attunement. This will come into play, heavily in the dungeon crawler, because we already have in our battle engine that is already working status effects, elemental weaknesses, and that type of thing. So it is a complex battle system, and I will say, for people out there, fans of dungeon crawlers, top 3 inspiration off the top of my head: Darkest Dungeon, Slay the Spire, and probably Monster Train. It's a strange game on Steam, but quite a good card game. So that's the type of thing we're going for. And I think if you're into that type of stuff, you will really like this.
I have no idea what any of those things are, but it sounds like you're excited about it. And what
I am.
the feeling I get from it is that it's like hardcore dungeon crawlers. Like all my buddies, I have a lot of friends that are like super nerds, right? Like I don't know if you know the show ChadVader, but like I was one of the people that created that show about Darth Vader's brother in a grocery store. And now that whole crew of guys from Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh wait, Flu, we didn't talk about this?
Wait,
No.
what? It sounds amazing.
Are you fucking kidding? Give me a second. I'm gonna. What the fuck?
Do you want me to? I can get ChadVader on camera right on this right now, maybe. Like I can call up Aaron, but yeah, that literally was the first.
Fucking God!
You have to understand, like, my love of Web3, because I spent a whole year making totally stupid videos with these guys, who are really amazing comedians, improv guys and stuff. Super intelligent, so funny, and then we made that show. And they ended up doing like 8 years. And then I moved to LA at some point. But yes, I was the assistant director of ChadVader. I basically like created and did everything you see in there, setting everything up, doing whatever. All the professionalism and filmmaking was pretty much me and one of my buddies. And not really the comedy genius part of it. But ChadVader, if you can go look in the credits, it'll say assistant director Doug Chapin there. That's me. I'm doxxed. And I love ChadVader so much. And since then, they've done beer and board games and all kinds of shows on YouTube that are like based around like, games, board games. They do dungeon crawler and like video game stuff too. Just, I sometimes forget about that. But that's my hardcore nerd acceptance card. And those guys are some of my best friends. I love them to death. And I'm going to get them on the Hype TV show. We're going to do stuff. That's the thing, is like integrating with video games and Web3 stuff would be really cool to bring people like that in. They have a huge audience, and they're big into this stuff, and they do funny things. So, well, I don't even remember what I was talking about. But anyways, the game. Oh, if anybody has questions about ChadVader, you should ask them to me right now, Flu.
I mean, I'm just excited because I literally didn't know this existed until I just Googled it. And
oh, well, there you go.
I'm about to pin that. I'm about to pin a tweet. I just tweeted. I'm tweeting. But I just tweeted. I'm more excited about this than I am about Tokyo Gacha Girls, and I'm so sorry.
This is what makes Flu great because he's like absurd honesty and absurd optimism is, I think, the greatest thing. Even also reckless optimism. But yes, I love ChadVader so much. It needs to make a comeback. The greatest thing about the show is that we started it around like 2005 when nobody could make money off YouTube. So we had millions and millions of views and no money. And then eventually did these spin-off shows that are less popular and stuff, beer and board games that are really fun, but they have like their community and stuff they do. And ChadVader is the coolest thing ever. And then I moved to LA and I was working in the film business, and everything I worked on was like a complete piece of crap compared to ChadVader. That is such a beautiful, amazing. The first episode of that show, literally, I think is one of the greatest achievements in YouTube and television history. And the rest of it's all completely bizarre and crazy. But I love it so much. A lot of my friends are in the show. The show opens on my buddy Asa, who's the typical guy who's like really hates his job, hates his boss, tells ChadVader to F off, basically. And I just love it so much. And helped cast the show, everything. But that's the kind of stuff that we need. Fun, cool things that people can connect to, right? And
by the way, if you're in this space, do me a favor. All of you know me. I've probably pumped your bags. All of you.
I've probably pumped your.
I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. But all I know is this. I have definitely pumped your bags at one point. If you were in Jewel, I pumped the shit out of your bags. I ran your fucking bags, right? If you were in fucking Win Lambo, I've pumped your bags. If you're in Knights and Peasants, I've pumped your bags. If you're in Harmony itself, I've pumped your fucking bags. If you're in this fucking space, I have probably pumped your bags at one point or another. All right? And I'm asking you for one goddamn thing. Like and retweet the fucking pinned tweet to show my man here, Doug, some goddamn respect on his name.
I feel like
fucking Vader, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, oh my god.
I can't believe.
So he's basically George Lucas of YouTube, is what you're saying.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he's essentially like fucking. I have been interviewed by this man on camera, and I feel blessed right now, like 100%. Like if you don't like and retweet the pinned tweet, I will remove you from the space. Is what I'm saying. Like this is that serious. I'll do it in 4.5 hours.
I'm quote tweeting right now, and I'm tagging the real ChadVader, Aaron Yonda, who played ChadVader, Matt, who is the voice of ChadVader, who actually. So fun facts. Now that we're going way off base with the game, sorry about this, but I'll just let you guys know some fun facts.
I'm not. Fuck Tokyo Gacha girls. I'm gonna spend a lot of money on them, but like chat, like holy fuck, dude, okay. This is crazy.
Dude, how do we get a collab going with this Vader guy?
Believe me, it can happen. They love video games. They do all kinds of like some kind, I think, like Pimp a Video Games show that they do. We had deals with George Lucas to do ChadVader with Star Wars universe. Like literally talking to him personally, and
wow.
His lawyers would not let us do it. We kept on getting pulled back by his IP department saying you can't do this, you can't do that. We're supposed to do a History Channel special with ChadVader and George Lucas, all this stuff. He's given us a bunch of awards. We have all these George Lucas awards from him, right? Amazing. And mostly it's Matt and Aaron's genius that are getting this thing, right? And and then of course they did a bunch of stuff. And a really cool fun fact is we made this show to go on Channel 101, which was like the internet's first TV show thing where people could vote on like shows on and off of it. And if anybody remembers Yacht Rock, that was a big one. That was on that Channel 101, and they were big time in like Rolling Stone and stuff. ChadVader, the first episode got so huge that everybody was so jealous they voted us off the platform. Like literally voted us out. And I was just like hilarious how jealous they were. So kudos to Matt and Aaron, who are awesome. They're like some of the funniest people I ever met, and they're the biggest nerds. They literally did a show about voices from Dungeons and Dragons characters that they created, right? And they're so funny. The name of their production studio is what is it called? God, it was so long ago. I'm tagging them in right now. So I'm gonna retweet this, and let me go and find this. I need to find a few more things for this tweet. If anybody wants to go check out ChadVader real quick, go ahead and do it. And okay, Matt Sloan to see if he's on here.
Yeah, I'm watching that shit right now.
And yeah, and that's the thing too, is they are big into video games. At least Aaron is. And
are they into crypto at all?
That's a good question. I'm actually going to maybe get off this call for 1 second and call Aaron and ask him if he wants to come maybe join us if he's not busy.
Dude, I would love that. There are very few. Like, I have met Charles Hoskinson and BitBoy and Vitalik himself, and I would fangirl out over ChadVader. I'd fangirl out over fucking Video Game High School, the star from that, Josh Blaylock. It turns out that I might actually be working with him soon, and I'm like gonna piss my pants. I'm so fucking excited, right? Like, I don't know why it is. I do not give a fuck about actual like celebrities. I've met a lot of them, a lot of rappers, especially going to all these fucking crypto events and bullshit. And YouTube, like classic YouTube's like stars that were there in the beginning days whenever I was pirating fucking anime episodes off of YouTube. I am just absolutely starstruck by those. And I don't know why this, like I literally have a project that I'm supposed to be promoting right now, which is Son, and I don't give a fuck because I would rather promote the shit out of Doug. Let me talk about Doug for a second. Drizz, do you mind if I talk about Doug?
Go for it. You know, I'm becoming a big fan of Doug. You know,
Doug,
I might change my profile picture to Doug.
Shit, that may be the new thing for Tokyo Gacha Girl. Dude, there needs to be a Tokyo Gacha boy, and the only Tokyo Gacha boy is just like an anime version of Doug, honestly.
Of the headshot.
This is
not Doug Funny though, because then he would just have all the same clothes.
Yeah, not Doug Funny. But no, let me talk to you. Let me talk to everybody about Doug, about hype, because like I've had people ask me like, oh, why are you trying to give like exclusive content to this guy with like not this many followers and stuff like that? I'm like, I don't care about his follower count. I've never cared about any of his follower count or like how successful they are in a specific field. I care about the person behind it, right? And this has always been the case. So Doug, I met Doug at ETH Denver, right, Doug?
That's true. I met you for a second at one of the Harmony gatherings, and then we met at the temple.
And this motherfucker was wearing the most outlandish shit possible. And he was acting like he was filming superstars by filming all of these absolute idiots at this crypto shit. And he was like, hey guys, you know, let's throw up the bottle, let's do this, let's do that, let's make it look like we're rich, we're successful, we're having fun, blah 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 blah. Like, he had a very specific look or theme in mind. All he knew about crypto was that all of us in that club, in that area, in that whatever, were rich at the time. That's all he knew about crypto. He didn't give a shit about anything else. He was trying to latch on to that. But then he started asking questions. And whenever he was asking questions, he legitimately fucking cared about the answers. And he was curious, and that curiosity and that sort of like honest approach to, I don't know a fucking thing about this, but god damn it, I'm gonna figure it out, is the best thing about Doug. because like he never like you can see his comments on my tweets. Sometimes you can go back and like look at his fucking history of comments, and like sometimes the shit that he says on people's statuses, it doesn't make sense, and I don't fucking care, because like it's just he's trying to show enthusiasm, he's trying to show like support for people, because he just knows the people behind it, he's talked to the people behind it, and then he supports those people. He just goes after it. He still doesn't know very much about crypto, but he's fucking learning. And he's going through it with so much more of an honest like view and and style than most in the space are, because a lot of people like you go through and you I mean, it doesn't take a fucking genius to see this shit. You go through a Discord server and you ask even a moderately technical question, and like 70% of the motherfuckers in that room that are all supposedly crypto chads, they don't fucking know the answer. But Doug will say, hey, I don't know the answer. What is the answer, and why is that the answer? And like that sort of approach is exactly what the scene needs. Is it needs people that are curious and that are willing to learn. And that's why I fucking stand the shit out of Hype TV and Doug. So everyone drop him a fucking follow, and you're going to be at the fucking ground level of someone who's going to be a crypto native influencer, a crypto native fucking superstar at one point, because we helped build him. We got him in at the ground fucking floor, and he was supportive of all of us all the way up. And that's the best fucking thing I can say about Doug, otherwise known as assistant director to Chad fucking Vader.
Well, Doug sounds like my kind of guy. So, I mean, I think if anything came from this, I'm a big Doug fan now. And, you know, we might have to do something with that. You know what I mean?
I appreciate this so much, Flu. Like, I'm telling you right now, guys, that like the reason I'm in these spaces and doing all this stuff because I met Flu, and the humor and intelligence and actual communication and like really connection of people in the space that are like trying to do big things and really like are very serious really inspire me. I mean, the whole reason I was the assistant director of ChadVader is because I literally changed my major to filmmaking and did not leave those classrooms. I would not leave the professors alone. They all became my best friends. And next thing you know, I'm assistant directing like 35 millimeter films and all these shows and stuff, right? And half the time, I didn't even know what the heck I was doing. Well, part of it is because like I was still in school. But the idea is if we can connect to each other and try so hard to promote each other and be honest and happy and excited about things. And so like when I was at in Austin and Flu jumped out of the bushes and hugged me, I was like, this is so awesome. Like Flu's one of my favorite people. And it's really been so awesome to be part of this stuff. So anytime Flu throws up a space or one of like Flu's buddies throws up a space, I'm there trying if I can be, because these are the people I want to be around. And then being in this space is so cool. Right now, I'm going to see if I can track down Aaron if he wants to come and hang out and talk to you about your game and like whatever stuff. I don't know, because this is what it's all about. Who you know and people that you actually are friends with. They're like, oh, I'd love to talk to this person. I haven't seen him in so long. Like, oh man, I can't wait. That's what I live for, and I hope everybody gets to have that. So I'm gonna go see if I can get him.
Hey Doug,
Let me okay.
before you go, I the last time I checked your follower count, it was like under 100, and somehow you now have 7,000 fucking followers. Where did all of that come from?
Yeah, I've been in spaces like crazy. I did one giveaway thing for people of just giving away like a NFT or something. So that kind of helped a lot. But I've been literally going in spaces for like the last 2, 3 weeks like a maniac and just like making friends, doing stuff, everything I possibly could do, like basically outside of sleeping to try to like just like you said.
Like you said,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
When I'm in spaces, I'm messaging people. I'm trying to make friends with them. I'm trying to learn so hard in the spaces about everything I possibly can, and just do everything I can. And I'm gonna explode with lots of content about Web3 and what's going on. I've been talking to different blockchains and people about working with them and helping them out to be more authentic and connect to people in this space. So that's what I really love to do.
Yeah, man. Well, I just I wanted to thank you guys for having us here. I have some international staff here that are in the call just in case we had any questions. That I just want to let them get out of here because it's going to be pretty late for them now. So just thank you guys for coming. But yeah, I mean, definitely we should do something soon. Definitely want to do more spaces. It was nice doing this. This is the first time I've really participated in a space besides just listening. So it's actually pretty cool. I definitely want to do it more. So, but yeah, thank you, Flu, for having us. And um, we will. I'll message you, or do you want to message me a list of people to give out for the whitelist, and then I'll send you some.
No, just what we're gonna do for the whitelist thing, man. If you've changed your picture to a girl, to a Gacha girl, just message Tokyo Gacha Girl's account over here. There should be few enough of you that everyone who's done it, just do it. Just message him, and he'll give you a whitelist role. There's enough whitelists. Even if there's not enough whitelists left over, Drizz, for myself to get one, I don't care. I'll fucking buy them off the floor. I want to support everybody who's been changing their profile picture today.
Yeah, 100%.
Done that. So
yeah, there's definitely enough to go around for that. So yeah, we'll definitely hook it up.
yeah, awesome. All right, so are we gonna switch? Are we gonna switch topics now from Tokyo Gacha Girls to whatever? So we're gonna go with. We're just gonna remove the Tokyo Gacha Girls part. We're just gonna go. What is it? Avalanche GameFi scene.
Sure. Well, I'm gonna reach out to Aaron real quick. I have no idea if I can get him, but I'm gonna try to get him in just to come in the chat real quick if I can.
Cool. Thank you, bro.
I'll leave and come right back.
Cool. Thanks. Okay, so what we got? Okay, so 5 o'clock, I have a private server AMA, and then 7 o'clock, I have an all hands meeting for San. All right, so let's see what's up, everyone. We got no speakers right now. Anybody who wants to come up, at all. Otherwise, I'm gonna just start talking about my own project, which is Sun, and maybe drop some alpha. So anybody who wants to come up, or I will. Oh, you know what? Let me grab this space, copy link, and then I will put it into the server.